Hello everyone, I have another journal to share today. Now this one is made from a clasp envelope. That's what it started out as. Just the twin of this one. And I have a seam binding closure that I've hand dyed. Have a tiny little, let's see, a tiny little dangle here with a key charm and a little heart charm and a couple beads. And one of the beads has escaped again. That one just does not want to be part of this because it's fallen off 3 times. So, let's go inside here. I've just done the closure with the seam binding and then an eyelet here. And I've wrapped it around both sides. The cover has some scrapbook paper. Oh, and I've got these little birds on the strings. Scrapbook paper, this image is from Pinterest that I had printed out a long time ago and hadn't used it yet. And then I've layered some flowers with a little, what do you call this? A little bit of bling there. I can't remember. Oh, sparkle lights. And then I've adhered it with liquid glass from Close to My Heart. It's similar to Glossy Accents, I think, and those products. It's pamphlet stitch. I've left both sides of the envelope to use as a pocket. This is some coffee dyed stationery that I've just put in this pocket. In this journal I've used a few digital kits. I've used from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, Butterfly Kisses. I've used several things from that. The Cottage Garden journal kit and the Coral Blues. And from Tsunami Rose I used one page from the New Beginnings kit, some ephemera from some of her ephemera kits, and I have one tag that is from Dreams Etc. from the Simply Jane kit. This paper here is actually from paper placemats that I found at the thrift store, and it was so beautiful. So I've got several of those to use, and I love the paper, and it's a good weight. It's kind of like a cardstock weight because it's actually a placemat size, and I don't know who uses paper placemat. It'd be really fancy for a nice little get-together, but I'm using it in my crafting. And I have, this is some printer paper that I've had for a very long time, and I coffee dyed that. I've done some stamping. This is a glassine bag here. There's a little digital image there. This paper was from a pad of paper, and I've done some tattered angel spraying and the corrugated cardboard lines that Paula Lemon showed in her tutorial. This page is from the Coral Blues. That's my little note there. And this page was from the New Beginnings kit by Tsunami Rose. Here I have a flip tuck spot. This is the tag that was from Dreams Etc. And then I've taken some scrap paper. This idea I think I saw Paula Lemon do also, but I'm not sure. And you take the scrap paper and this holds it. It's very cute. I really like that idea. Love how, if you can see, the coffee dyeing turned out on this page. It almost looks like clouds. It's very random. Sometimes you get really interesting patterns, and sometimes it really depends on, I don't know, how it sits in there, I guess. And that one I think I made really strong, and it was hot when I put it in. I don't know how long I left it in. Here's another one of those digitals. This is a coffee dyed index card that I've stamped on. A little array of those stamps. Another glassine bag, and inside I have some more of these. I think this is from Butterfly Kisses. This may be as well. I'm not 100% sure which ephemera comes from which kit. That's why in the beginning I just said the kits. This one, see, I put little notes in here for myself, otherwise I wouldn't remember. This one was the Cottage Garden. Here's a little envelope, and I've stitched it on. That gave me some real trouble because I wasn't paying close enough attention, apparently, when I was sewing it on the first time, and I sewed it on just slightly off, and then I actually did seam rip it and redo it, and yeah, but I'm happy with it now. I was not happy with it at first. This is so beautiful, isn't it? I think this is from Butterfly Kisses, and then this butterfly also, and they just kind of match. So I was going to switch things around, and then I'm like, I can't move it because it matches that butterfly. This little tag I cut out from a Dreams Etc. paper, not Dreams Etc. Excuse me, Dear Jane paper stack. And then the ribbon is glued on up there with these banners. These banners, I've got my other notes here, are Graphic 45. They came from, let me see, you probably can't read this, let's see. Well, it's Graphic 45. Oh, there we go, cardstock die cuts. There's gotta be a name on this. Looking for it. Botanical Tea collection and I've used a variety of some of those throughout this journal. There's some more beautiful coffee staining. This is Tsunami Rose. That's actually from Vintage Parcel. That was just an extra I had. So that I didn't mention that journal kit earlier. Some tickets and some butterflies with some cheesecloth. And then these are from the Tsunami Rose New Beginnings kit. And the ephemera from that. Open up. Now this bag, I did a swap with Monica, and thank you, Monica, because she sent a few little extras, and this little bag held some of the little extras. Now, I think I swapped napkins for doilies, and those doilies are beautiful. I will show. I've been using them slowly. She got a lot of doilies at a thrift shop, and was so generous to share doing swaps and things, and it was a very successful swap. That was better. Now this is from the Cottage Garden kit, Ephemera's Vintage Garden, this paper. And here's a tag I've had that I coffee dyed in my stash, and I just added these from the Botanical Tea collection, and this little guy is from the Graphic 45 Botanical Tea. This again is Tsunami Rose, New Beginnings. Here's one of those giant craft tags that I've showed before. And this one I just had some fun playing with gesso. And then these are Faber-Castell gelatos that I've used to get the color on there. And then I think I sealed it with a clear gesso or something on top. I really like how that turned out, so I left it. And then this side has gift wrap. A scrap of gift wrap that I've had forever, and I've gessoed it so that it can be written on afterwards really easily. Another piece of printer paper that I've had forever. Some tags, which these are from one of those digital kits. Can't remember exactly which one. Oh look, this is also from Dreams Etc. And that was another, I think I'd printed it out on the too lightweight of a paper, and so I've had it in my stash waiting to be used. This is a book page that I have decoupaged a napkin onto, and I'm sewed it onto the page here, and it's a pocket. This again I believe is Butterfly Kisses. Really some beautiful images in that kit. And here's some more of the Tattered Angel spray. A time card from, I bought this from Denise's shop. Thank you, Denise, for that. Hopefully I held it there long enough. And these are a couple little postcards from one of those digi-kits, and I've put some scrapbook cardstock on the back. This is some lace that I've stitched on here to make a little pocket. This is Tsunami Rose. This is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I've mixed and matched quite a bit here, and I believe this is the Cottage Garden kit also. Most of the digital pages are from the Cottage Garden kit, but I've thrown in ephemera from all of them, and nice little Michael's flower here. This is another glassine bag. Here's some more elements from the Graphic 45 Botanical Tea Garden, did I say? You'll remember. I won't. And this little envelope was a Martha Stewart, and inside I've put one of those printable ephemera from the Butterfly Kisses kit. which is really beautiful. The kit I got, I think, is for transforming a composition book, but I haven't done that yet. So I've done some more corrugated lines here. This is also from the Butterfly Kisses kit. There's two little jars. I love little things, they're so cute. So I just tucked them in here under a little altered paper clip that just has some lace on it, and this again is from the Graphic 45. This card right here is a vintage music flashcard that I also got from Denise's shop. Here we have a belly band tuck, and I put this down here to just hold it from going all the way through. Whoop. I do tend to throw things around. Got butterfingers. Some of the scraps I haven't coffee dyed, so they're plain white on the inside. Get lots of variety in my stuff. Well, that's the same page. In the center of the signature, I've got this envelope. It is coffee dyed. It's hiding the stitching, and I've stamped on it, and this is, the script is from a stencil. Here's some scraps. This accidentally printed on regular printer paper. It's very lightweight copy paper, and I just sprayed it with some tea or something afterwards, tea or coffee. I like to use both, and I like the smell of both, so it's good. There's the other half of that music, Decrescendo music flashcard. And here's a banner tuck. Am I hitting the tripod? I hope not. I apologize if I did. I did get a tripod, so hopefully this video will be much better than the last one. And hopefully you enjoy it. And there's another glassine bag, or this is the other half, with some bling, some stamping. I did forget to mention I've got this here. The card, scrapbook paper, most of it is from this little pack that I found at a Goodwill when I was on vacation, and there was a long wait at the restaurant, and there just happened to be a Goodwill next door, and I said to my husband, oh, let's go look there, and we braved the thrift store with all the kids, but we survived, and I found some treasures. Here's another tag that I made a long time ago. I put that in here, and another Tsunami Rose element. This is the other side of that time card. I've stitched on the sides also to give that lace a little more support. Now this tag was really fun. I made this out of just a manila tag, and I put the stained lined paper on the back, and then did all this mixed media work here, and those images were a freebie printout I found off Pinterest from Gina's Designs, Gina Hubbard, and look at that beautiful butterfly. So I used the blue and the butterfly and this saying from that. The book page is actually book page, and then there was a stenciling with texture paste. And here's another one of my little mini envelopes, and this little bird here is from the Graphic 45. A little bit of eyelash trim there, and I think I found that at the Goodwill also that one time. This is Vintage Parcel. That's another little scrap I've had, and that's Tsunami Rose. This pocket, that is. This tag is who knows, that was something I've had forever. Threw that in there. This idea came, I believe, from Paula Lemon, making a little envelope out of a scrap of paper. Oh look, I think it is from her. I've got my little note there too. I had some trouble with the glue not being dry, so I had to trim off the end of that because it glued itself to it, which I've seen other people have that problem, but yes, I went to check it to make sure that wasn't going to happen, and it had already happened. Here's the other side of the tag with the wrapping paper, and another book page pocket that has a napkin decoupaged on top. These tags are from the Tsunami Rose New Beginnings kit. There's kind of a garden, bird, butterfly, flower theme going on here. This also, I believe, is Vintage Parcel. Didn't realize I had so many from that, but that again was in my stash of things needing to be used. other side of that bag that I got from Monique. Not Monique, Monica. It's close. Not quite. I don't know if you can hear. I think the garbage man is outside picking up garbage. Sorry about the noise. Here's another glassine bag, and this is just a large tag I've made out of some scrapbook paper. I believe it came from the Dear Jane stack, but it was just extra. This, again, is a throwback from my wedding, and it is... maybe it's a response card. No, it's too big for that. I'm not sure, but I had a bunch of them. So I decided to see what they'd look like coffee dyed, and it makes a nice little journaling tag in there. Here's another scrap of paper with, I believe, this rose. I want to say it's Ephemera's Vintage Garden, but it's one of those digital kits. Here's another flip with some coffee dyed graph paper. Another Tsunami Rose New Beginnings tag, and this one is definitely Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I'm not going to put that pocket back together just yet. And we're nearing the end here. Isn't that beautiful, the coral blues? Okay, the other side of that glassine bag. This also is Vintage Parcel. Little quotes from there. And then this is adhesive lace trim that I got at Michael's a long time ago. And I'd put some other laces on the ends of papers. And in this pocket, I have some of the paper from the Butterfly Kisses kit. And I've spray stained the back. So, another fun journal to create. I hope you enjoy looking at it. I think this video is super long, so I apologize for making it longer. And I hope you have a wonderful day and your creative juices are stirred, and I'll see you next time with another journal.